What's good, family? You done know we're back with another My2pence. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, we're just gonna get straight to it. Cue the intro. Boom. Yeah, man. Big up Maverick on the ones and twos. We're in the building. All right, cool. So let me play this one quickly.
Which immigrants commit the most benefit frauds in the UK? For context, the UK loses over £9.5 billion annually to benefit frauds and error. But which immigrants commit the most benefit frauds in the UK? Starting off at number 5, we have Pakistanis. They are involved in roughly 2.4% of all benefit fraud investigations. Coming in at number 4 are the Nigerians, who are involved in roughly 3.1% of benefit fraud cases, often flagged in job center frauds, fake children claims, and identity scams. Moving to number 3, there are Somalis, who are involved in roughly 3.5% of benefit fraud cases. At number 2, there are Romanians, who are involved in roughly 6.4% of benefit fraud cases, often linked to fabricated work records and child benefits sent abroad. And finally, at number 1, involved in over 85% of benefit fraud cases are not any immigrants, but the British themselves.
First and foremost, I want to say it's an honor to come 4th place. It's an honor. Big up Pakistan. I didn't know you was going with things like that. Big up all my Somalis. Is that how you lot are going in? Mad. Romanians killing the game. And like standing ovation to 85% of all benefit frauds, which is rightfully so the British public. Like, we've had a lot of stigma, we being like, you know, Nigerians, we've had a lot of stigma for fraud and stuff like that. And yeah, some of the rumors are true. We do get involved. So do other people, as you can see. But mainly, do you know what I mean? Just remember, when you're pointing a finger, there's 3 pointing back at you. I hate that saying, but it's actually true, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like, who the fucking thunk it? Who'd have thought it? So yeah, the UK, you lot are getting your benefit fraud on. And like, rightfully so, man. Get what you can get. See, when you come to like Jedionline, it's a haven. You get me? It's a haven for the misunderstood. I understand. You get me? The government don't care, but I care. I know what you're going through. I see what they're putting you through. And I get why you're claiming extras. You get me? You get me? Doing your little cash in hand and claiming the, you get me? Universal credit, lying in your job seekers thing, saying that he was looking for work and that. Lied. You get me? Big up, man. Scam that fucking system, man. Fuck the system. You get me? Forever. But yeah, Nigeria, 4th place. Mad. Hopefully next year we'll do better. You get me? We can try, we could build on that. Alright, boom. What's next?
Mom.
What's up, son?
My girlfriend says she ain't gonna work when she get older.
She don't have to work, son. That's your job as a man. You have to provide, you have to protect, you have to pay for everything. When y'all go on dates, you have to pay the bills. So if she don't want to work, she don't have to work. She's a woman.
Mom, you must think I'm a sim. I'm not finna be with no girl that ain't gonna take care of me the way I take care of her. She supposed to cook, clean, and work. And if she don't do that, I'm gonna break up with her. Cook, clean, and work. And if she don't do that, I'm gonna break up with her.
You gonna break up with her for what? You a man.
What if something happened to the house? What if something happened to our car? And we can't pay our bills no more?
Then you need to figure it out as a man. She don't have to do that. That's on you.
Mom, I'm not finna be with no woman that's not gonna have my back during hard times.
I don't know if that's a setup or whether it's real. You can't tell what's real or fake no more. Between the AI and people that deliberately just fabricating scenarios, it's actually nuts. Just how they want it. But yeah, this young boy was talking to his mum, and she was saying that basically, if you and your family fall upon hard times, it's all on your back to come up with solutions and, you know, get the job done and make sure that your family's provided for and whatnot. And that's an admirable thing. But what he said was, well, what's she going to do? Will she help? And she's like, the mum's like, She don't have to do nothing. And I just totally disagree with that. You know what I mean? Big up the sisters that roll up their sleeves and get involved and do what they can and work for the team. Like, you got to respect that. That must be a very old school ethic, but it's still one that needs to be reiterated. You know what I mean? Muck in, man. Roll up. Don't count percentages of who's doing what. Just get the job done together. Like, shine where you can shine. Because sometimes the woman earns more than the man. Sometimes the woman can't earn at all, but you do what you can. You know what I mean? Do what you can. Don't be raising your youth to look for a woman that's not willing to help you in hard times. Then what? If that's not a teammate, that's an anchor. Do you know what I'm trying to say? You want to sell or you want to anchor? Mad. Put down the t-shirt, man. I'll take 10%. Boom! 5 survivors of the Rotherham grooming gangs claim that they were also raped by police officers. Dun, dun, dun. Surprise, surprise.
Well, sensational details have surfaced in UK's Rotherham child sexual exploitation scandal. It has now come to light that women abused when they were children by Rotherham gangs were also reportedly sexually assaulted by some police officers. UK media reports, including The Guardian and the BBC, have reported that 5 women survivors have reportedly claimed that they were raped by police officers after being abused by grooming gangs as children. One survivor said a serving officer assaulted her in a police car and then threatened to hand her back to the gang if she did not comply. Some of these assaults reportedly took place when the girls were as young as just 12 years old. Reports also mention that they have seen written accounts from these women and testimony from 25 other victims of grooming gangs. Some of those women have reportedly said in their testimonies that corrupt police officers worked alongside the gangs or failed to act on child sexual exploitation. South Yorkshire Police has arrested 3 former officers as a part of a widening criminal investigation. At least 1,400 children were abused by men in Rotherham between 1997 and 2013. That's number 1,400. And this is as per the landmark report from Professor Alexis J, which was found in 2014. While South Yorkshire Police is leading a criminal investigation into the actions of its own officers, advocates say public trust can only be restored if an outside force takes over the case.
I told you, man, get what you can from the system because it's corrupt and it's rotten. The police officers that are there to try and help you are supposed to help you, yeah, under oath. They're supposed to be there to uphold the peace and, you know, help the citizens. They're out there graping, moving like some marauders, moving like some rascal child soldiers off in fucking Beast of No Nations and that. Do you know what I mean? Wild, just marauding through the, like, just telling you, man, these police people, they're just normal, not even normal. They're just humans and you can't put them up on pedestals. You can't trust them, man. Not gonna lie to you, bro. Graping off the people. It's bad enough that they're covering up the grooming gangs and whatnot's going on over there. They're covering it up, but they're also getting involved. Filth from the top to the bottom. Like, and those of us that's been saying this from day one, like, you know what I mean? Like, I heard something the other day, and it was, I identify as a conspiracy theorist. Let me say it again. I identify as a conspiracy theorist. My pronouns are I told you so. Mad. Yeah? Mad. Because really and truly, every fucked up theory that man's ever vouched for is being vindicated right now. You know, like, what ain't true? What ain't true? So, yeah, the system's rotten. Not only are they racist, they're full of psychopaths and sociopaths and sadistic, evil, wicked beings. You know what I mean? And that's not all police officers. Obviously, your Bobby on the beat might be a lovely fellow, whatever. You got a cousin that's a Fed, whatever. Cool. But, yeah, there's an evil that lies beneath that uniform, man. Yeah. 5 survivors, you know. Mad. So let me see if there's anything more written. Oh, it just says a partial explanation of why the UK government covered up the crimes for so long. Disgusting, man. Well, yeah, man. I hope them police officers, I hope that the full extent of the law, you know, is applied to them as an example to what we do to people that are put in positions of power that want to abuse it. Surely it's even worse as a police officer committing a crime than a civilian. Surely it's even worse. Yeah? Because if a teacher or whatever does some craziness, you'd be like, or a doctor, you'd be like, yo, you abused your power. So make sure these police get fire. Yeah? Big investigation. Nastiness. Right, yeah, the police arrested a blind and mute. Was he blind and deaf? Sorry. A blind disabled man. They arrested him because he declared, or he had written on a piece of paper that he supports a certain group. Now, I'm not going to mention their name, but it's like a Palestinian type of support group. And apparently they've been labeled a terrorist organization. And if you declare or write any signs saying that you're have allegiance with them or supporting them, you can be arrested. So I think they said like 500 people were arrested in this protest.
UK government today crossed all limits when the police under its control arrested close to 400 people, and according to some estimates, more than 400 people for simply protesting against a genocide, a modern-day Holocaust. Those protesting in thousands in London were also questioning the recent government legislation declaring a pro-Palestinian organization a terror outfit. The Metropolitan Police of London was so brave that they risked their lives to arrest a disabled blind man in a wheelchair as well. This requires some bravery. The last time these brave police personnel showcased their bravery was when they arrested a lady in her 90s for opposing a genocide.
There she is, she's tiny. She's about 90. Keep going. Stop obstructing us, please. Sorry, you're obstructing us. You're in the way, you're obstructing us. You're obstructing us.
And it wasn't surprising that the current Home Secretary, Yvette Cooper, wasted no time in thanking the police for their bravery. In other words, thanking the police for arresting a disabled blind man in a wheelchair and a lady in her 90s.
There's a statement now from the Home Secretary, Yvette Cooper, thanking the police for their work handling Palestine rights protests across the UK. Today, she says there's been a very small number of people whose actions crossed the line into criminality. She said tens of thousands of people marched in London today to protest in support of Palestinian rights, working with the police to carry out their demonstration largely without incident. This will have been replicated in many other parts of the country too, and we thank the police for their work in dealing with the very small number of people whose actions crossed the line into criminality. The right to protest is one we protect fiercely.
The UK government's own law says that protesting against a questionable legislation is not a crime. Just because this government declared a group called Palestine Action for protesting against the UK's complicity in a genocide, a terrorist outfit, it doesn't mean that ordinary citizens do not have the right to exercise their freedom of expression. According to the UK Parliament's own website, an individual's right to freedom of expression and assembly are protected by Articles 10 and 11 of the European Convention on Human Rights.
Because they all had their marker pens writing these things. And it's like, is this a good use of taxpayers' money? One, they're chasing electric bikes. On the other hand, they're arresting people that write signs, blind disabled people. I don't know, man. Make up your own mind. It seems to me like they're revealing themselves. It seems to me that the system is skinning itself out and just wants you to see how stupid it is. And what are you going to do about it? No? What are you going to do? Revolution? You're going to revolt? Or here's some bricks and here's some stones? Trust me, man. It's a setup. It's a slow game they're playing, man. But yeah, man. But other than that, if you break the law, you're due to get arrested. I'm never happy when people are arrested or whatever. If you've done a worse, bad enough crime, I believe your dance should get done. But I'll never celebrate when people are arrested. But what I will say is, bare blind people have been arrested before. Bare blind people. It's not the first. He's not going to be the first blind person to be arrested. So, you know what I mean? Suck it up. This is what you wanted. You got it. Ride it. Big up to you. You stood up for what you believe in. Mad thing. I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna do a skit to this. The boss of Iceland says that they're gonna give a pound. Oh my god, this is mad. They're gonna give £1 to every customer that points out a shoplifter in the shop. £1. So I don't know. I've not been in Iceland for 55,000 years. I don't know what goes on in Iceland. However, it seems to me that what he's saying is Iceland's become a hotspot to thief. Yeah? You know, the little 4 mini microwave pizzas and that, people stealing dippers and fish fingers. I ain't judging, but stop eating that shit.
I'd actually like to announce that we will give £1 to any customer who points out a shoplifter. We'll put it on their bonus card if they see any customer in our stores who are undertaking that offence.
What do? You tell someone in the shop?
Yeah, if they tell one of our colleagues that person's shoplifting and it turns out they are, we'll put £1 on their bonus card. Done.
Is that being announced today?
I've just announced it.
You've just announced it. Okay. Right. I'm assuming you planned that before you came on 5 years ago.
Yeah, we talked it through and that's what we're going to do.
Okay. And do you think something like that can make an impact?
Well, yeah, because, I mean, look, this is, you know, some people see it as a victimless crime. It is not. It's also, it keeps prices from being lowered because it's a cost to the business, it's a cost to the hours that we pay our colleagues, as well as it obviously being about intimidation and violence.
Because lots of people do say that. They say, you know, big business can absorb those costs. That's not the case from your point of view.
No, not at all. I mean, you know, theft costs us over £20 million a year. That's not £20 million of profit. That's just £20 million that we could pay in more hours to our colleagues or in lowering prices. So we'd like our customers to help us lower our prices even more by pointing out shoplifters, and then we'll give them £1 back.
Iceland's is trash. However, certain men are going to now start going to Iceland on a razor, on a money thing. Like, they're going to think, you know what? If I can just spot shoplifters and just keep doing it, I can raise some peas. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, £1 a shoplifter is like a bit of a piss take. True, the items are like kind of like £1 and that. It's like £1 then for food, isn't it? Yeah, but still, I think they could raise it to like a £5 at the least, bro. Like,
yeah, but then you could technically snitch on bare people
Yeah,
now.
but then it's like, why are you just giving £1? Nah, you dumb. Listen. No, I don't want £1. I'll wait till you get out of the shop and just take the stuff you stole. It's worth more than £1. You give me £1 on my shopping thing, not even cash. Like £1 credit. They're taking the piss. They don't even respect, man. You can't respect snitches, innit? You get me? But yeah, the snitches ain't even getting no ratings. If I was a snitch, I'd be highly offended by that. £1, you know? £1, bro, for me to like see a man stealing and go and inform on it. What if it goes wrong? What if he finds out? What if he clocks? What if he's got another accomplice that I don't see, and he catches me snitching, and then all of a sudden it's death threats and for £1? What can you get for £1 in Iceland? Can you look for me? What can you get for £1 in Iceland? Let me see. Because they're not giving you cash; they're giving you store credit. Moving like CEX. They're moving like CEX. Talking about gift voucher. Yeah, £1 gift voucher. What can you get from there? Give me some items.
You can get...
Let's go.
Hold on, it's searching.
Some of you lot know the answer. You look at, just open your fridge. or your freezer?
Pretty much vegetables. So you can get some cucumbers, iceberg
Lava.
lettuce.
Why did you say that first?
That's what it says first. I'm listing it in the order. Bananas, salad, tomatoes, a 6-pack.
Yeah. Tomatoes, bananas.
Oh, they got a frozen £1 selection apparently. Chicken bites.
Chicken bites for £1. How many chicken bites you get?
It doesn't say.
Chicken bites. You can get some chicken bites for snitching. No. Chicken bites. You can get chicken bites.
That's about it.
Is that it? Chicken bites and.
A bottle of water is £1.91.
Nah, so you can't get the bottle of water.
Nah, milk's £1.38.
You can't get no milk.
Bread's £2.99.
You can't get bread. Man. So you can get chicken bites. How does chicken cost less than milk and bread? How does chicken bites? How do you get? Listen, I heard the other day, yeah. I think it was Burger King. Make 68 million transactions. I don't know if it was in a month or what it was, but then someone else said, no, I think it was in a day.
In a day?
Yeah, 68 million. It was either McDonald's or Burger King. It was Burger King. McDonald's worldwide, I think they're saying.
Yeah, but considering the amount of stores.
Yeah, but then the next thing was, they don't make enough chicken. There's not enough chickens for this, bro.
Yeah.
And beef or whatever and cattle. There's not enough for this.
There's like 18 billion chickens or something. There's a lot of chickens. A lot. I don't know what they do with them. But there's a lot of chickens.
So there's certain areas, but like, where are all the chickens? I know they're small, but still, where are they? Bruh. Anyway, what was I talking about? Iceland. Chicken bites. Not even chicken nuggets, chicken bites. It's like 30% chicken and wheat and additives and stuff. Heavy breadcrumb.
26 billion chickens in the world.
26 billion chickens. Yeah. Mad. Alright, cool.
In our stores.
So yeah. I don't condone snitching. I don't condone shoplifting. Do you know what I mean? But if you're ever in Iceland, watch out, because certain man will sell you out for chicken bites. Yeah? Pitting man against man. See what they're trying to do? They're trying to start these Hunger Games. Pitting man against man for chicken bites. Go on, throw him under the bus. You don't know what man's circumstances is. He's shoplifting and you're going to snitch. You don't know who he's going to feed, why he needs it. For £1, is it worth it? Nah, it's not worth it, man. Don't do it, man.
So I was at Boomtown last week, living my best life. DJ AG had a set, so I was there, vibes in, turning up, looking fucking amazing. I thought shit was sweet until I read them Instagram comments on DJ AG's blood clot post that he posted of me. Holy per hate, death threat, people telling me to die, people telling me to put down my Jamaica flag. Come and take it from me, first of all. But secondly, what DJ AG's team did, I feel like is very nefarious and calculated. You posted me knowing I'm dripped out in pink. And knowing it was a homophobic song, you still decided to post me. I feel like whoever's in charge of his Instagram, social media accounts, you knew what the reaction was going to be. So was it worth it? I'm glad you got what you want, don't get me wrong, but if you know that you have a certain audience, I feel like it's your responsibility to not incite hate on a certain individual who's just having a good time. I was gassing up the set the whole time from start to finish. This is what I get. Cool.
Hold on. So this brother here, he's gone to a DJ AG something, I don't know. He's there and he's pink, and he's been filmed and it's been posted on the AG site, and some people have told him to hand in his Jamaica card. They've tried to fucking evict him from Jamaicanness. Mud, yeah, crazy, yeah. That's an internal thing. I can't get involved in that. Not being a Jamaican, being an honorary enthusiast of the culture, I remain silent on this matter. However, what I will say is, brother, your words were, I was dripped out in pink. You're having a good time in public. People are filming. Like, do you expect to be inconspicuous in pink? Do you think that if you was in black or whatever, you'd be as photo worthy or as photo? Do you know what I mean? People trying to catch something that looks, that stands out, and you're in pink, and someone filmed you, and you got put up on the site. Now you're saying they knew what they was doing. They knew it was a homophobic song, brother. Let's not state the obvious. You was dancing to the homophobic song. Surely, if you felt that strongly about it being a homophobic song, you wouldn't be dancing to it. Do you know what I mean? If you're dancing to it, that means that you're somewhat cool with it. Then why shouldn't other people be cool with posting you? It don't make no sense, bruv. You get me? So this is just, it symbolizes the lack of accountability that we have in society nowadays. It's their fault for posting it. And if you know you have a certain audience, then you should be careful and mindful of what telling man that he's inciting hate. No. What it is when you're in public, you get put up for public view, and people can give their opinions, and their opinions don't have to be censored to your sensitivities. They don't have to watch what they're saying, as long as they're not actually being, I don't know, whatever laws they've got. But in reality, the reality is people are gonna say what they're gonna say. You have to have tough skin, otherwise don't appear in public in pink drips or dripping in pink. Do you know what I mean? It's unfortunate that you got some backlash. It's unfortunate. Do you know what I mean? But that's two separate subjects. People being homophobic towards you has got nothing to do with these lot posting up the video. That's not their business. Yeah, you put yourself out there loud and proud, and it is what it is. And a few people chatting some shit. Man said you got death threats. That's not nice. I don't enjoy people threatening to end my life.
Not nice.
It's not nice. It's not how you want to go about your day. Do you know what I mean? No one really wants that. So, you know what I mean? Sympathies are with you for that. But, you know what I mean? Just calling out DJ AG and trying to blame him for you being in pink and being filmed is mad. Yeah? Dancing up yourself to a homophobic song. You don't really have no legs to stand on. Mad. Alright, let's go. What's the correct order to get dressed? Let me ask Maverick.
I'd say 5, 3, 4, and then 1.
5, 3, 4, 1. 5, 3, 4, and then 1. Ooh.
Always.
5, 3. Trousers first.
Always.
5, 3, 4, and then 1.
Yeah.
Guys.
Because the easiest thing to change is the top.
5, 3, 4, and 1.
Yeah, trousers. Oh, what is that? A dress or something? Is that a joke?
No.
Oh no, 5, 3, 4, 1. Yeah, shoes last.
Well, so
But you put your shoes on with
no, I'm just saying. So you didn't fancy number 2?
Yeah, no.
Huh?
No. Isn't that a skirt?
Skirt?
Yeah, that's a skirt. No,
How?
I thought that was the joke. I can't. Oh, is that boxers? Okay, how are you?
Nah. Commando over here, you know. Wow. Nah. Listen. Nuts and denim is crazy, you know. Nah. Just straight nuts to denim. Is that what you're doing?
I did.
Hey, mad.
I thought that was like a blouse. I thought that was like the joke or something.
You're moving risky, bruv.
It would obviously be that.
What's that for the easy access?
No, what?
Wow.
It would obviously be, okay, pants, trousers.
Pants, trousers.
Then top, socks, then shoes.
Socks. Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, pants. No, I'm saying, what am I going to put on? Yeah, pants. Pants, vest. You get me if I'm wearing instead of the vest. I'm a vest man, innit? Pants, vest. Or, yeah, pants, vest. And then trousers. Yeah. Any man that puts on pants and then like number 2 and then number 3, that's suspect. If you put on a t-shirt in just your pants, then it looks like a mini dress. Mad. You're moving mad. It's crazy. Yeah.
I prefer trousers.
Yeah, put the trousers on. But that's interesting still. Trainers obviously last. There's no option. Trainers are last. Socks are second to last. Sometimes I put on socks first. The cheeky one. You get me? Sometimes I just put the socks on if they're there. If I've laid them out and that, socks might go on. But majority of the time, boxers go on first. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Man them in the gym. Man them in the gym be putting on socks first and that. Naked, towel over there. Do you know what I mean? T-shirt on. Man had 2 opportunities to get decent. Man drew for socks and then the T-shirt. Yeah. He's looking for his hat. Hat and watch and that. Like, yo, brother. Man's moving to the blow dryer. Bro, man's been in the gym and man is blow drying their nuts, bro. Have you ever seen that, cuz? Like, not, like, I don't, but like, man's like, got their thing in and they're blow drying. I'm like, rah. So everyone in there's got to hold their breath. How are you get me? How are you drying your nuts? With the, that's fucking rude. People ain't got no upbringing, bro.
And then is it the public dryers or is it the...
Yeah, the hairdryer, public hairdryers, like, you know, like at the little stations. And man's like fucking
that's insane.
air conditioning his nuts. And just filtering through the room. That's crazy. Particles and that. That's wildness, man.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen, and happy Saturday. The weekend is finally upon us. Just come on because I thought I'd have a quick rant about the absolute state of broken Britain. And I'm going to start with discussing the absolute shithousery that took place yesterday with Ricky Jones getting a not guilty. You know, this is the same mixed race mongrel that stood on the streets of our capital and called for his political opponents to have their throats slit. But apparently that's not encouraging violent disorder. Now the problem is the jurors, if you look at Snaresbrook Crown Court, the demographics of around that area, it's only 47.9% white British. So there's a very high, strong possibility that the jurors were made up of ethnic minorities who didn't want to see one of their own get prosecuted and put in prison. But it's an absolute disgrace when you consider the fact you've got people like Wayne O'Rourke and Lucy Connolly that are still in prison for hurty words on the internet. They did far less than that mixed race mongrel, yet they've spent considerable amounts of time in prison. It's absolutely disgraceful. And swiftly moving on, we've also saw celebrations on the streets of Manchester and London. But don't worry, people, it weren't our lot that were out celebrating, no. Parasitic third world invaders from Pakistan were celebrating their independence as a country, but they're celebrating on the streets of Manchester and London. Make it make sense. And what else did we see this week? Oh yeah, we saw an African migrant enter the house of a blind woman. Her family member then chased him out. She was then arrested and the migrant was sent back to the hotel. And then the Metropolitan Police announced on social media on the Friday, which was yesterday, that the migrant had in fact been arrested. I mean, it's an absolute disgrace. Politicians and the people that are making vast amounts of money from housing these savages have intentionally endangered our communities. We're seeing young mums in Birkenhead on the Wirral being followed, stalked and harassed by Muslim migrants. We're seeing the decline of Britain take place in front of us, and it's absolutely disgraceful, but fear not, because there is hope. I'm starting to detect the shift, especially if you look at all of these Civnat accounts. Months and months ago, they were posting Civnat slot. They're now posting Mosley. It's like, we are winning and we just need to keep pushing the Overton window, and we need to not allow the Civnats, the charlatans, the government operatives to steer the conversation back down the safe path of Zionist civic nationalism, because Zionist civic nationalism will lead to us becoming a despised minority in our own homeland. I'm just going to finish the video with this as well. Whilst we all talk about remigration, it is very important to understand what remigration means. Remigration isn't Tommy Robinson's idea of, oh, we'll just deport a few of the asylum seekers, bruv. We'll get rid of the Muslims, or a few of the Muslims, bruv. I want to free the Muslims, bruv. No, it's not about that. It's about deporting millions of people to ensure that we have a homeland, that we have somewhere to call our own. That's why millions of people have to leave. leave. It's not extreme, it's not hard, it's just the plain truth. If you want to remain a majority in your country, then you have to support remigration. Anyway, as usual, make sure you let me know.
Well, that was a lot. Well, yeah, obviously, there's a white dude that's unhappy about a lot of stuff that's going on, you know, when it comes to... where to start, bruv? You just said so much. Okay, let's start backwards. Remigration, he's talking about sending back millions of people. Obviously, he's aware of how much the immigrants and people of this country actually put into this country. I don't think he's really thinking about the economics. The UK would crash with millions of people leaving. It would crash. And it would be a nightmare in the UK. Definitely. It's not something that he's actually thought through. He's using terms like mixed race mongrels, which makes me feel like he's not really happy with interracial relationships or whatever. He seems a bit upset about it. In terms of that guy, I don't know who that guy is that he's talking about that got a not guilty. I don't really care. But the hate that you have towards anything other than white, I mean, it's a very ancient way of being. I understand, man. You're pissed, man. You got black fatigue, brown fatigue. You know what I mean? Your government's shafting you, and you don't know what to do with yourself. So the only thing you can do, because you hate yourself, is just spew hate everywhere you go. I don't know, man. It was a very interesting tirade that he went on. Very interesting, man. I'd love to see how a UK turns out once you've deported millions of people. That'd be interesting. You know what I mean? I want to know what would survive, what would thrive, how would the British people step up to the voids in their economy, the voids in their, even the black economy. It still makes society run. Do you know what I mean? And by black economy, I don't mean black by colour, I mean black by in terms of descriptive terms of the black economy, like being like the shadow economy kind of thing. It's not quite the underworld, but it is the under the table, cash in hand type of stuff that goes on. Do you know what I mean? The unregistered stuff still keeps the money flowing around. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like all that shit still makes shit happen. And without it, you know? Yeah, man. Everybody's been given a religion for them to throw themselves into and distract themselves with. You know? Race is one. Religion is another. Science, politics, you know, and all the different variables. People got shit to throw themselves into. Street culture, gang culture. Something to like really take them off the path of actually ever being an elevated or evolved being, and just being used. You just get used by the devil just to do the devil's work, create the division, keep the division running. You just pawns, whether you know it or not. Just pawns. Never actually gonna like create a world that is better for your people. You're just gonna drag them to hell. All of these false prophets and speakers and whatnot. There's loads of them. And it's mad because a lot of them are connected. If you did like a classic type of like a detective board, you figure that like detective board, and you've got the main picture in the middle, and you've got the spidergram, all the leads and all how people are linked and the lines going from. Trust me, man. All these players, I call them like the social agitators, and there's ranks of them. But you got the P.S. Morgans, you got the Tommy Robinsons, you got guys like this, you got the Andrew Tates, and there's many other names. Those are just like some bait names, but there's many other names of these people that are in effect employed in one way or another just to keep agitating society with things that are part of an agenda that's bigger than what most people realize. The net is closing in on society. We're wrapping this shit up, Salt, vinegar with that, my friend. Burger sauce. Open laptop. Open laptop. You know what I mean? We're getting to that point, Put the fries in the bag, bruh. We're getting to that point, bro, where it's time for the next stage of things. We're wrapping it up. And yes, UK is receiving a large amount of immigrants, illegal immigrants, asylum seekers, and the likes of. Yeah, they're receiving loads. And yes, some people that have migrated over here have done fuckery. And it's very loud. If you're in the UK, that cry is very loud. Oh, these people are coming over and fucking us over. And I'm just like, it's crazy, man, how the tables turn, isn't it? Crazy how tables turn. Because once the Great British Empire was famed for going over to other people's lands and fucking shit up. Going as far as to sow salt into the soil to make sure that the grounds would be infertile for generations. Like devious, psychotic, sociopathic schemes to keep people low so that you can benefit. And now chickens come home to roost. Do you know what I mean? I understand why the British public wants things to change. I admire the fact that they actually even awake enough to see what's going on their roads. But just make sure that where all your shit is aimed is in the right sections, because there's human beings behind these numbers and these statistics that you throw around. You know, these token offenders that are, well, he's from here and he's from there and he's black and he's whatever, he's a migrant. Just remember, a bit like when I was speaking earlier about the benefit fraud, when we actually look at statistics of who's committing the heinous crimes among against the vulnerable in this country, it's very easy to point out the dark offenders, the melanated, the brown, the Asian, the Arab, the African offenders, and I'm not co-signing any of them. A wrong is a wrong, and they should be done. A wrong is like, I'm probably more harsh than most people when it comes to what to do with actual offenders of these heinous activities. However, the blanket sweeping state, the utilizing of your fellow man's fears and ignorances and genuine concerns in order for you to like galvanize power to create like effect, to create kind of things to according to your agenda that has been unbeknownst to the people that you're trying to get the energy from. That's nefarious activity. That's some real wicked evil shit. That's top level manipulation, and that what most of these spokesmen and that's what they do. They just utilize people's fears and ignorances and lower vibrational energy and use it to propel themselves while doing the bidding of forces, whether they know or not. Like this, you're just trying to fulfill some kind of end time prophecies. You're trying to literally create the collapse of these civilizations, and you're not even focusing on your actual enemy. It's all about divide and conquer and separation and division, which is like, why would you deliberately be trying to do that? Why would that deliberately be your agenda? Some people, their hearts are so dark. The concept of living harmoniously with people isn't something you'd want. So these people have been looking for trouble before trouble started. That's the facts. So a lot of them feel vindicated when something happens in the news and it is an Asian or a black man or a Muslim, or they're like, yes, yes, yes. But when it's them, they're pissed because majority of the time it is them doing the crimes and doing the fuckery. They're happy when it is someone other than them, because then they're vindicated. Yeah, I saw an interview the other day. A man was like, yeah, I know our people do madness, and majority of the madness is done by us. But like, we're just saying these crimes are being committed by people that shouldn't even be here in the first place. And I hear that. I hear that. But you can't turn a blind eye to your neighbour that's doing more fuckeries than the trespasser. Yeah, the trespassers, stowaways. We get stowaways. We get 50 stowaways a week. And out of the 50 stowaways, 2 of them do fuckeries. But out of the 100 crew members that are actually here, 80% of us are doing fuckeries. It don't make sense, cuz. Yeah, stowaways are bad. And 2 out of 50 stowaways they do fuckeries on the ship. Yeah? But out of the 100 actual crew members, 70, 60, 50%, 40%, 30%, it don't matter. As long as that number is way more higher than the stowaways, me being the captain of the ship saying, I just need to focus on the stowaways and not the crew members that do the fuckery in larger amounts, is dumb. It's dumb. It shows a bias. Yes, okay, if we can eradicate the stowaways, then there's two less that we have to deal with. I understand that. But still, there's lots of wrong-uns in your crew. Loads. Loads. At managerial and higher. Loads of wrong-uns. We know what the government's keeping up with. I just read the thing. The police, 5 of them been, 5 victims have been, you know, where we're talking about them being Pakistani Muslim grooming gangs, rare. Those victims have also said police officers have been involved. That's the establishment. So, like, you know, I can't take none of these clowns seriously until they're actually aiming at where the wrong is coming from. I can't, like, you know, if you're just trying to agitate, you know, your little pocket of society that you've been given, you get this group, we'll make sure that you're visible to them, they'll listen to you, and you just fill them with as much hate as possible. Do you know what I mean? I'm telling you, man, most racists are not intelligent. And if they're intelligent, they're not truly racist. They're just manipulators. Some people manipulate the narrative of race or whatever because it suits them, but not because they truly believe in it. And that happens on all corners.
A man told his woman that if she dropped 60 pounds, he would make it official. And women went crazy when this lady said she accepted the challenge, talking about something. You could drop 200 pounds now by dropping him. What women don't seem to understand about this is this man is already getting the milk from the cow, no pun intended. And he's letting her know, like, yo, I'm trying to make it official with us if this is what you want. But this is what I need from you. Now, if a woman was to tell a man, hey, you want me to marry you, but you got to cut all these women off. Men would sound real crazy if we were to come out and say, you need to cut her off because she wants you to cut off all your other women. But no, he has a requirement that he wants to make it official. Like I said, he's already getting what he wants out of her. So women fail other women when it comes to discipline because he may really want to see her at her best. Hell, he may want to have children with her so she be at her fighting weight to carry a child. But women get so defensive when a man sets a standard for a woman that he wants to be with that women attack him and they encourage women to be undisciplined and work on themselves. So shout out, hopefully this is real legit, that this woman is really trying to like be her best self to move forward and progress in her relationship. And don't listen to these chicks in the comments.
Alright. Is it acceptable to say to a woman that you've been seeing, I'll make it official with you. I'll make it official with you, but you got to lose some weight. I want you to lose some weight before, like, you know, we get official. I don't know. I feel like if he's got her best interest at heart, then he's just trying to give her an incentive to say, listen. Do you know what I mean? And like what man said, if you want to have children, you want to be healthy, I don't know if it's a bad thing to say. It depends. I don't think it's a bad thing to say. Do you know what I mean?
Depends how you say it.
Yo, if you want to be my lover, you got to lose 20 pounds. 20 pounds. You want to really want to zig-a-zig? You got to lose weight, man. I think there's no other way to say it. Just say it straight. I want to make this official. But you know what? I think I want to see some kind of dedication from you. I want to see some kind of display of your self-love. And I think that right now we've spoken about your weight. And it's something that we both think that should be addressed. And I just want to see you put yourself first. I want you to teach me how to love you. Show me the dedication that it takes. Show me how much you care about yourself. And once you can prove that to me by getting yourself in shape and putting in the hard work that it takes, I reckon that's all the commitment I need to see from you. You're thinking about hitting the treadmill now. Yeah, I'm not talking to you, Maverick. Maverick's like, right, I'll do some press-ups. But yeah, how do you drop it? Lose some weight, man. It's a good thing. Take it as a challenge. But yeah, cool.
I saw you from the back, and then I wanted to see you from the front. You good, my boy? Is this a girl?
Yeah. This exact reason is why a lot of niggas die, okay? Fellas, there's no reason to come off with this much animosity, right? Y'all niggas be trying to be big macho too bad, you feel me? You could literally just walk and be like, oh, bro, you know that's me, feel me? But instead, you kind of come up and assert your dominance. Luckily, this nigga is a level-headed dude. Brother wasn't tripping, but let's go ahead and watch the rest of this.
Take it as a compliment.
I did. Good. Good to go, bro.
Keep walking.
You think so? You think so? You're funny.
And then his girl ain't helping the situation at all. Shorty sitting here talking about something. Keep walking. Oh, it's better for you. You gonna get your nigga hurt one day. Don't. Hey, listen to the ladies too. Just let man handle, man shit. You feel me? Just let niggas settle that out, okay? Because a lot of girls be getting their niggas, And so I'm saying, look, brother, just stay out of that, okay? Shout out to the, dude who walked away, got up out of there. They ain't never that serious, right? Let's show the difference between how, a grown man would handle this situation.
She's married. My bad. My friend right here just thought you were very pretty, but he was a little shy. Just wanted to give him the love.
I appreciate it.
Introduce yourself. Oh, that's the fiance. Oh, man. 20 to 1. My bad, brother. It's all good. Hey,
I ain't mad at it, man.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
I ain't mad at it.
My nigga. This is a man who is very secure with himself and his relationship, right? He ain't gotta feel like he gotta go up and press niggas and that's no, he sitting here like, hey brother, yeah, she bad, I'm feeling it. Hey, I ain't mad at you, nigga. I ain't mad at that's me though, but I ain't mad at you. Like brother, y'all need to start taking life more human. Like, don't take this shit so serious, my nigga. Y'all be on the ego trip all throughout life, brother. You can relax, calm down, fellas. You good, man. You good, okay? Knock that shit off your shoulder, my nigga. Okay? Free game, man. Y'all go out here and just chill out, nigga. Chill out.
Yeah, man. That's how you do it. So you're walking with your girl, or you're out in public with your girl, and somehow a guy inadvertently tries to strike up a conversation with her within your visuals or whatever. You might want to roll over there and be like, yo, bro, that's my girl. Cool, man. Like, you get me? But see, the attitude of like, yo, you're chatting to my girl and all that defensiveness, yeah, that's not cool, man. That's very sneaky. And that shows insecurity. Big insecurity. And I don't know how women even find that attractive in the first place. Some women obviously do. Like, yeah, my man will do you this and do you that. And then when you're in jail, because it's gone left and it's turned mad, that same girl will cheat on you or be with someone else. It's not cool, man. Brothers, don't get yourself hurt over don't die over nyash, as they say. Is it really worth it? It's not that cool. It's not that deep. She's a real one. She's gonna tell him, yo, you get me. I got my man. I'm not interested. Sorry, I got my man's over there. So like, now it. Get me. Man be like, oh yeah, cool. Sorry, my bad. Get me. But you're stepping up into a man's face. Say he just started punching you, and then whatever, your boys jump in, next man's got a pistol. These things just escalate. Before you know it, out of nothing, someone's getting lit up, someone's doing 25 years right there outside the club. For what? You keep acting like that and you are going to get tested at some point. You're going to pick the right one. Someone that, get me, that's looking trouble. You're going to pick the right one. And if that's all it takes to activate you, then you're at a weakness already. If you're out with a gal, you have to be strong and know, like, you know what I mean? It's not like you're standing right next to your girl and he's come up, you're holding your girl's hand and man's trying it. Yeah, that's a disrespect. Your girl's standing off to the side with her raised, seen an attractive woman, he said 2 words with her. That's it. That's it, man. And big up the dude at the end, man. Like, yeah. Just smile, laugh it off, like, yeah, man, big up, man, safe. Yeah, that's me, man. Yeah, but woman, keep it moving. Ain't that deep. Man, them need training on how to behave. Big up the brother who done that reaction video as well.
Wait, I remember you.
Yeah.
What's up, bro? How's life been?
I mean, horrible as always.
Horrible?
Well, yeah, I'm a poor shit. I barely make it by. So, I mean...
Bro, how you been doing, man?
Same as always, working a shitty-ass job. Yeah.
Where you work at?
Bojangles.
You talking about the one up there?
Yeah, right there.
I ought to come over there and stop by, bro. Damn, bro. Good seeing you, my boy. You be in there?
Yeah.
How long? Like
all night.
Like, I started at what time?
Right now, I'm already there. That's what I'm saying. I'm already there.
Okay, bet. I'm gonna stop.
Working at the gas station, BP, on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, I'm gonna stop by.
All right,
bro. Be safe, all right?
All right. You too.
I ain't gonna lie. Retire him. Oh my god. My chat stop. Chat stop. Chat. Yeah, I got one. What's up, man?
How are you, bro?
What up, bro? You good?
Yeah, checking in, my boy.
Nice to meet you, my boy.
So Kai Sanak was in his area that he grew up with. See a youth he was in school with. And was like, yo, wagwan. And the guy was like, you know, life pretty sucks, you know. Straight away, you know what they said in the comments? They said man was dry begging. Man dry begging from the start. Man was like, yeah, you know, life is shit, you know, I still live with my mom and not really much going on, and I'm working at Bojangles. I don't know where Bojangles is, but it don't sound like somewhere you want to work. As a grown man, don't really mean Bojangles. It sounds depressive. I'm like, yeah, you know, not really much going on, not making a lot of money. These times you're looking at a millionaire that you used to go to school with. He's called you over. Hey, buddy. Yo, Maverick, wagwan. Right, Maverick, is that you? Wagwan. Yeah, I'm alright, you know, I'm just really broke. Got no money. You gotta shoot your shot from early. You get me? The people in the chat were saying to Kai Sanak, retire him. Just retire him, bro. And he was like, yo, calm down. But obviously, I hope he did go and find my man and drop a little something on him. If you can do shit like that, that'd be nice. But the guy was like, was dry begging, but it's a kind of awkward situation to be in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's a bit like flying home. Wherever your respective country is, you know about dry begging. These men are wet beg, yeah? Drench it with beg, like beg sauce all over it, extra. More beg sauce with that, my friend. Yeah? They're not doing no dry begging. They're telling you, they're demanding. Bring this, bring that, we need this. But when you get out there, like when in Nigeria, bruh, if a man holds the door open for you, he wants something. Same with Morocco. You get me? If you hold the door open, they want something. If you do this, they want something. Everyone's just looking for something. It's deep.
Guys, I just finished my date. I am so embarrassed. I'm not gonna cry in here. I'm not gonna cry. He came and went to this restaurant he wanted to go to, and it was a little too expensive, but I don't know. I asked my sister for money, so we went. I had this dress on, and I changed because I had this dress on and everything, and I had my hair out, like, you know, guys, I cut it, but it wasn't like this. I had it parted a little bit, and so I went in, and he was like looking around, like, like he was looking for somebody else, and I was like, okay. I'm like, hey, I'm Tia. And then he was like, Tia? I'm like, yeah, it's for me, from BLK. And then he was like looking confused, and he told me to sit down. So I sat down, I smiled, and he didn't smile back at me. And then he was like, I don't look like my pictures. I do look like my pictures. I don't Photoshop anything. I tell everything how it is. I'm going to insert at the end of the video the picture I put in. And he was like, you know, just being so quiet through the meal and all that. He didn't even want to pay. I said, hey, I didn't bring my money with me. And then he eventually paid, and then now he sent me a request to pay for the food. And that's not, I just don't understand. Why are men like this? Men are evil.
I don't know, man. I don't know if this is real or not. But this chick has put all the filter on women, man. Sisters, do your thing. Presenting yourself as a totally different human being on a social media app, then meeting a person in real life and looking nothing like that. That is next level bravery and that audacity. That's crazy. That's like cheeky. Like literally, you cannot present this being that you pretended to be. You're just not that person. That's mad. There's no way she went in there looking like Frank Bruno. Expect like what the hell? That's not that what? That's Beanie Siegel talking in that woolly hat. Yo, that's wild. That's actually wild. And my man said he didn't even want to pay. My man cash apped her. That's what made me think that this is false. I know most men will just take the L. They're not going to cash app you. So I think she might be chatting shit. But yeah, it still highlights. There's a delusion. There's a delusion in the mind, man. There's a delusion in the mind of people that are so used to presenting themselves in a certain way that they actually start to believe that that's them or something. I've seen sisters talking about realness and being real and being authentic, and then photoshopping their face in a way where it's like, I don't even, this is beyond filter. This is not filter now. This is like you're manipulating the image. You've got some kind of software, editing software. Now nuts in the head you gotta be to go on App Store and download some kind of editing software to contort your features so that all your lies online look like consistent. That's wickedness. And then in real life, when people see you, they're like, rah. Rah. This is what you look like. Mad. Embrace your natural features. Embrace yourself, man. Sad.
I am racist.
Are you serious? Or are you?
100%.
So you just don't like white people as a whole?
No, I don't.
Should we be judging people based on the content of their character and not the color of their skin?
No, the color of the skin is very important.
The reason why I'm asking this question is because there's a recent poll that was released, and it asked that question: do you agree or disagree with that statement? It is okay to be white? Only 53% of Black Americans said yes to that poll. Does that surprise you or no?
No. Black people are really racist.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
You are being taught, if you were a kid today, very, very sick stuff. This is immoral. This is bad stuff. It's not just wrong, it's bad. To reduce people in any way to their race. Anyway, let's say, you're black. What do you have in common with another black other than color? Nothing. Nothing. What do you have in common with a black from the Caribbean or a black from West Africa or East Africa or South Africa? Nothing. What do I have in common with a white from Poland? No knock on Poland, obviously. In fact, I'm headed there. I enjoy Poland a great deal. But we speak different languages. They're mostly Catholic. I'm a Jew. They're East European. I'm the Western, a product of Western European culture. Do I have anything in common with an American leftist who's American and white? Nothing. We have nothing in common. We see the world completely differently. Our moral differences are unbridgeable. The notion that you have something in common with another person because you have their color is sick and a lie.
All right, yeah. So, you just seen that clip? Let's deal with the first half of it first. The black woman talking about being racist. You know, the debate still goes on. Can black people be racist? Can a black person be racist? I leave that up to you, man. We go around and around in circles. I definitely believe black people can be prejudiced, and depending on what definition of racism that you're asserting, will depend on my answer. But yes, I definitely believe that black people are capable of being prejudiced to people based on their skin tone and perceived ethnic background. That's facts. I think all humans are capable of that. Are black people racist? I think black people are in a unique position in society where they find themselves mainly at the bottom of the social economic ladder. And based on that perspective or that positioning that the black community find themselves at, they will have slightly more kudos or credit or validity added to their prejudices and their stereotyping because history and society continues to perpetuate white supremacy and racism, and it can be seen in all levels of society and even perpetuated by non-whites. So therefore, if you're at the bottom end and at the receiving end of all of that from society, which many institutions have recognized within themselves, and it's not really debated amongst anybody with intelligence, then you would understand why black people would have certain perceptions of others, because others have a perception of them that has affected them historically and still does to today, even on a social micro level. So saying that black people are racist, it's a bit different than saying white people are racist. White people are racist from a perceived place of societal power. Yeah? That's a perceived place of societal power. So meaning that in society, you, even if you're having it bad, there's probably some brown people that are having it worse that you can fucking blame shit on. Do you know what I mean? You can blame shit on them. And that's normal. That's the hand-me-down. That's the filtering down of white supremacy through society down to the ground level, where you can say, yeah, white people are having it hard. They're below the breadline. They're whatever. They still call you a nigger and chase you. They still go packy bash you. Do you know what I mean? As hard as they're having it, as forgotten as they are by their government, they still go and stand outside of a hotel and want to burn it down because they've got immigrants in them. And them immigrants are taking all our jobs and all our money and all our this and all our that. You know what I mean? Yeah, the second half of it, what do we have in common with each other based on our colour? I think I agree and disagree with that statement. I think that it's not just a given, cliche time. Not all skin folk is kinfolk. That's a fact. Sharing same tones and whatever, even sometimes coming from the same country, doesn't assure that we have a likeness or cooperative values or goals. We can often be on a different side of the fence, but there's a likelihood that we have commonalities that will make us more bonded. And I think the main commonality is, unfortunately, in most groupings, is safety, right? And that means that you will group with people because you know that they go through some of the same persecutions as you. It's like saying not all the slaves, sorry to bring this to slavery, but it's like saying not all the slaves on the plantation were from the same tribe or endured exactly the same thing or had the same beliefs. But based on the fact that they were all slaves, it was a likelihood that they would form bonds stronger than... Do you know what I mean? It was a likelihood that people are going to draw close to others that can empathize with them, or it's psychological. Even being able to look at people and say, like, look, I can see a resemblance in me. You look like a family member or whatever. This is normal. This is why certain animals would obviously feel more trusting of their species than others. They might not even be from the same flock or herd or group, but it's an understanding that you're a bit like me. Whereas, So I just think that, there is going to be things that we have in common just because we're the same colour. We might be from different places, believe in different gods, whatever. But when the Ku Klux Klan is out, we both hiding. We both hiding, cuz. You know what I mean? And that's like a crude analogy, but you can apply that. So sometimes differences in creed and all of that, we've always been different in creed. We've always been different in, belief and behavior. We've always been different. We're made of many tribes and many types of people. We've never been a monolith. So that's kind of like the fallacy that your assumption is based on, the fact that people think it's ever been a monolith. But we still do have commonalities, and maybe commonalities that you don't quite understand because you're not part of that. Do you know what I mean? I'm talking to the guy at the end that said people got nothing in common. As a Jew, you claim you have nothing in common with the Polish, and I just found that is laughable. You got everything in common with the Polish, cuz you got where Where in Europe? You said where in Europe are you trying to claim you're from, bruv? Like, well, come on, relax, man.
Yeah, I am racist.
Most of them in Israel are Polish. Let's just have it right, bruv. So I don't know what you're talking about. You ain't got nothing in common. You chat shit. Shit your chat.
Do you know what's crazy? In my whole life, black men have traumatized me the most.
Really?
Hands down. I've got a lot of insults, but if I was to categorize it, this is going to sound very bad, I know, but I've got the most insults from black men, black women, than white people. I'm not even making this up.
Crazy.
I'm not even making this up. I've got the most insults I've received. That's the stats. The most insults I've received in my whole life of living is from black men and black women and white people.
Wait, so just give me in an essence, like what do the black women or black men say, and then white people, what do they say? Like, just sum it up.
Oh no, the black men and black women, they will come from my parents, hands down. Anything in the book, on social media especially, anything that they can think of, they've probably said it to me, or like on my social media page. Like one thing about, for some reason, they just feel comfortable saying it. And at the same time, if I really cared that much, all I have to do is delete the app. Because one thing I will say about social media, it's very optional.
It is.
I can't sit here and victimize myself and be like, oh, they're saying this, they're saying that. Can they stop? No. Really and truly, if I really cared, I could just delete the app. They will never see my face again.
It's true.
Go to your own with life.
It's true. It's so true.
It's not good to be a victim. Victim energy ain't good, and it just attracts more abusers and more people that's gonna wanna violate, line steppers and that. Like, try not to project victim energy. Use this chick as a case study, because she's just gonna keep coming back with sad stories about what someone said, what someone did, people did. The most abuse I've had is from a black man. What benefit is that statement even from? Like, you're mostly around black people, so why? Obviously, like, I don't know. Just move on with your life and get strong. If you're not bothered about it, why are you making a living or a whole appearance out about how people say you're ugly, people say you're this? It's getting sick now, man. You're reminding me of the guy that gets on the train every day at 6 o'clock and says, "Hi guys, sorry to bother you. I'm currently homeless and hungry. I just need £21.50 for a hostel tonight and something to eat. If you could spare any change whatsoever, I'd appreciate it. And if you can't, please still, God bless you and have a wonderful day. And sorry to bother you." I did that well. I'm going to jump on a train tomorrow and do that. I reckon I get some cheap. I did that good. I did that fucking good, bro. Just fling on some old clothes, old trainers. Because nowadays, them beggars have got better crap than, like, they're literally taking the piss. You get me? There was the guy asking me for change, and my man was wearing fucking Balenciagas. I'm like, nah, you're moving mad. Smell of aftershave and that. You get me? You get me? Like, what's happening here? Like, he made me feel broke. Like, rah. He's got to the level he's at, and he thinks he needs to beg on a train. And look at me. Fucking hell. This must be worse than a fool. But yeah, that chick there, man, like I just feel like I'm just getting professional victim. That's what I'm getting. And the sister that's interviewing her is acting bare shocked. Oh, swear down! Swear down! That's what black people are doing. No way! Just like, bruh, you just content, man. And we just gonna, come on. Just come on. We don't care. Come on, we don't care, bruv. You just want to do professional victim. I'm gonna act like I care, but you're making yourself seem weak. Every time I see this girl, she's complaining or crying about someone, and now you're angling the black communities. The black community's fault that, man, sometimes you have to look at yourself, and think, what are you projecting? Because not every ugly person is getting told that they're ugly everywhere they go, Do you know what I'm trying to say? So what are you projecting why people are even opening up their mouth to try and diss you? Not to say it's like you deserve to be dissed, but if you're saying it's based on looks or appearance, not everybody that looks and appears like you gets all this abuse and comments and whatever it is you're getting, like these percentages where you're doing surveys of, it was more black people than anybody else and all that. You know what black people are? They're judgmental and they're vocal, and more time, they're honest. So a lot of the time, they give you the gift of telling you what they're thinking. These other lot, what you think they you're better off with the black people that tell you they think you're butters. Yeah? Well, if you're trying to style and try to big up the other groups of people, because they might be thinking it and they ain't telling you. What would you rather? People that think you're ugly and don't say, or people that think you're ugly and say, I think you're ugly.
Ugly and say.
I think you're ugly. Do you want a cup of tea?
Yeah. Might hurt a bit at the start.
It hurt a lot. It hurt a lot. Now, do you know what? Obviously, keep your comment. Like, I do think that you have a responsibility to be honest, but you also have a responsibility to not go out of your way to harm others or make others feel bad. So, I suppose it depends on why are you telling somebody that they're ugly. It depends. There's got to be context.
Yeah.
There's got to be context to it. If you ask me like, oh, yo, Jeds, what do you think about the way I look? Do you think that I'm attractive? I might look at you and say, do you know what? Yeah, I think that everyone's attractive. I'll get philosophical because I don't want to say to you, no, I don't think you're attractive. Because that's like a social awkwardness that I have where, yeah, I'm real. But am I just going to turn around and say, oh, no, I think you're butters? Nah. But if we're having maybe a podcast or something, and she was like, yeah, but I bet you think I'm nice, or I bet you think every woman's nice, then I might say, well, actually, I think you're butters. Telling people that they're ugly, what is the purpose? If it's to put them down, just to make yourself feel good, then that's dead. If you're doing it because maybe they're acting in a way where they think that they're nice and you need to like let them know, bro, actually you're ugly. Or actually, then I kind of get that. And some people need to be told about themselves because they think they're fucking nice and they're acting like that. And like, bro, you know how, do you know what I mean? You got to let someone know, bro, like, or I'm saying bro, but I'm actually talking to a gal. Yo, sometimes you got to let a gal know that, yo, you're not as hot as you think you are, you know. But that's not often my job still, I'm not going to lie. I'm fronting because I don't really, get me? I'll just run jokes, like on your video or whatever, I'll roast the fuck out of anybody. I got no mercy. But yeah, this sister here, Anfos or whatever her name is, Anfos Corner, I don't know, man. Like, you're going to look how you look, you're going to do what you're going to do, but if you keep harping on about it, I don't want to hear the sad stories. And everybody can say that, yeah, you're not, someone's got to be ugly. I'm not saying she's ugly. I'm saying she's not, I'm not saying she's not. But somebody has to be ugly. Like you have to look at someone and think, they're ugly. That person exists. So because there's also someone you think is beautiful. There's someone you think is beautiful and someone you think is ugly. In your head, that exists. So we all have these beliefs about people. You get me? It just depends on when and where you're telling these beliefs to the people or to others. Like, it just depends why you're sharing this information. But everybody has a meter of beauty. A beauty gauge, whatever, beauty barometer. Everyone's got one. And we need to stop pretending that we ain't got one. Because people acting like no one can be ugly. Like, you're chatting shit. Like, get me. I don't think this chick is the ugliest woman in the world. I don't think she's hideous. I don't find her attractive, and that's fine, isn't it? That's fine. I don't find her attractive. What do you reckon?
Yeah, just, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, Not my cup of tea.
She's not your cup of tea?
But, one man...
Why is she not your cup of tea?
It's
interesting. Ask young man Maverick.
I'd say the hair.
Try to project your voice as well.
I'd probably say the hair.
The hair?
Yeah.
What?
Nah.
She's got a hat on?
Yeah, but the hair at the back.
Okay.
And also, size is a little bit...
Size? Do you think she's big?
I don't like extremes. I actually don't mind anything in between, but
she's not big?
Yeah.
She's not big? Not this one,
Yeah,
yeah. She's not big. So you're gonna have to try another excuse. Try to act like she's fat. Yeah, she's not fat, bro.
No. Why you know what you're doing?
No, I don't. I want to know. What do you think?
That's just not... I'm okay.
Why? Yeah, why though? Why are you okay?
For me, I'm just not immediately attracted.
Immediately, but in time you could grow.
No.
Immediately. So people are scared to say that they think someone's ugly.
But I just said not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying
Cool.
she's ugly, because for someone else, that might.
So
be,
you generally don't think she's ugly?
I don't think she's attractive.
No.
Based off of
I'm
what
asking.
I find
Is there any?
attractive.
Have you ever seen someone you thought was ugly?
Yeah, bet.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say she's ugly.
So she doesn't go in that category, no? Of ugly.
Bordering, but
bordering ugly.
But
what is the social difficulty of us saying someone's ugly? Is it because you are empathizing with her and don't want to be horrible to her?
No, because there's a lot of people that I don't know. It kind of depends on the context. This is a video, so in person she might look way different. There's a lot of time. She's also probably got a bag of makeup on, possibly, which might then alter the appearance even more. So then, in her natural state, maybe she's ugly, but with makeup, the whole point is enhancing. So, in this current moment, you know, she's bordering ugly for me.
You know what it is? A lot of the time, yeah, presentation is key, and how you present yourself determines. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, I believe she's taken upon herself to go with a low. Is low maintenance? No. Like a low effort kind of style, nonchalant kind of take me as I am kind of thing. But like obviously you've gone on an interview, and you don't look like you've made the most effort with your attire. Like, I'll get you. It looks like you're ready to go sleep, or I don't know what the thing is. I'm not a fashion guru. Do you know what I mean? I barely present myself to a good standard. So I'm not one to talk. But in this interview, you do look a little bit homeless.
I wasn't going to say that.
But you do look like a rough sleeper. You do.
I just want to approach.
No, no.
If I saw her outside.
You look rough, man. You look rough. With sister, you look rough, and you could spruce yourself up a little piece when you got on the camera. You don't have to. Girls don't have to shave their armpits no more. No one don't have to do nothing you don't want to do. But it does seem that you're making less effort for your presentation in that just video there where you're chatting, probably behind us right now as we're having this. It don't look like you do you know what I mean? Because the brown top and like look like you got a tights on your head. That's what it looks like. But like I said, I'm not no fashionista. And you look all roast me in the comments. I'm up for it, man. You get me? Big up Plug Calling. You get me? Big up Plug Calling, sponsoring today's episode. Plug Calling. Make sure you get down to Plug Calling for all your fashion needs, man. Check him out. You get me? Yeah, but Amphor's Corner, source of trauma. Trauma Olympics has been going on for so long. Everyone's trying to get a gold medal in trauma, and I think it's sad. Acknowledging things that we've experienced and trying to strengthen ourselves and build on it by all means, but the constant mention of it and now becoming famous based on just allow the trauma, man. Fucking hell, man. What's wrong with you lot? Saf. The most trauma I've ever had was from black people. Fuck off, man. Boom! London's Vietnamese restaurant. You know this one? Yeah. Well, you ate there or something?
No.
You look like a man that...
The name just made me laugh.
What was the name of it? Puna.
Yeah.
P-H-O-N-A, isn't it? Fona. Yeah, London's Vietnamese restaurant closed after health inspectors find dog meat in the freezer labelled as goat.
How did they know it's dog though? What, they do a DNA?
Yeah, they were taking samples of what they found in the freezer. And then they were like, oh, this is dog. This is dog, and you had it labelled as goat. And my man's excuse was, oh, that food there wasn't for human consumption. So what was it for? Why have you got dog meat in the fridge?
For the dogs.
Like, what's going on? You know what, man? Big up the Asian family. They're never going to live down this thing. They might as well just embrace it. Like, literally, just put dog on the menu, bruv. Are we allowed to eat dog out here? You can export dog. No. Huh? I I'm sure you can export edible dog or whatever. Put dog on the menu. Let us know it's dog. Let us make a choice. Say, yo, this is dog. Dog fried rice, and man is buying it, bruv. Let us know that it's dog, man. You get me? You don't have to hide it no more. It's 2025. You get me? Just come out. LGBTQ dog.
No, it's not legal.
Why is it not? What do you mean it's not legal?
It's not that as a so the food.
It's not legal. It makes me want to protest and go and eat some dog now. I'm a dog.
So it's regulated around its production and sale. So if you eat it, you eat it. But like you can't. Basically, the regulation and licensing of food production and sale.
So you can't sell it.
Yeah, you can't sell it.
Who said you can't sell it?
Or have it commercially available for consumption in the UK.
You know what? Yeah, dog is last thing on the list. One of the last things on the list I'd want to eat. Yeah. I'm not really interested in dog, but like I said, they need to challenge that legislation and just put dog on the menu, bruv. Because bad people don't eat there because they don't want to be tricked. If you tell them it's dog, man might try it. Tell them. Get me? Singapore fried Rottweiler. Well, it's not even Rottweilers, it's like mutts that they use, isn't it? That's crazy. But yeah, this shop was in Southwark somewhere. Vietnamese shop. Selling a dog in the fridge. I'm not gonna lie, man. All the joy out of eating Chinese food is almost gone. Like Chinese takeaway, it's almost gone. Like, do you know what I mean? Because it's like there's some. I don't know, man. If you've got a banging Chinese around your ends, let me know. Put it in the comments. Shout out your banging Chinese shop. Because all the Chinese shops, they're not like they used to be. Do you get me? Mainly disappointed when I get their food, and I have to say Caribbean food too as well. It's fucking. They're taking a piss. They're taking a piss. Takeaways taking a piss recently. I've tried so much different places. It's long. One place has only got one rider. One rider. Like, this is a joke. Man's ordering from all way over there. Like, yeah. And don't get me started about my Nigerian cuisine. Oh my God. If you want to eat something today, order it yesterday or something. I swear that's how it feels. It will take half a day to get to you. 3-4 hours. Waiting. Oh my God. Don't order that and be hungry and you're waiting for your food. This ain't Pizza Go-Go. You get me? Because I've had takeaway before where you order it and the door's knocked. Like, hold on.
Immediate.
Like, yeah. Like, hold on. Wait. What?
That's Chinese.
Dudun. Like, nah. Man's just put the phone down. The food's there. Scary hours. Still boxing the food. Tramps. Still boxing the food. Yeah. Profusely.
These women aren't friends out for a run, they're actually undercover police officers taking to the streets in Surrey as part of a new operation trying to stop people catcalling and harassing female runners.
We get honked at, the staring, the hanging out of the window just to look at us, and it's so prevalent.
And police teams are ready to intervene the moment the officers are beeped at, followed or shouted at, pulling people over.
Those kind of behaviours may not be criminal offences in themselves, but they still need to be addressed. And of course, the people that are likely to commit those kind of behaviours, they may then go on to commit more serious offences or more serious behaviours.
Listen. Like I said, the system is trying to show you that they don't give a fuck about you and they're mocking you. Yeah? This police officer has gone on record to say, even though it's not a criminal offence, it's still something that needs to be addressed. Yeah, not by the police. You've got undercover officers trying to tempt man, honey trap man. What's the word? Entrap man. Into saying, oi, whistling, calling out. If you beep, they're going to pull you over. And they're not going to arrest you or do shit. It's going to waste your time, waste our money, our taxpayers' money. And meanwhile, we think We think that it's the asylum seekers that's taking all the money from us. And you got the police out there pulling over people that want to chirps police. It's not illegal though, but it's very prevalent. There's lots of comments and, I'm jogging and what? Who pushed that to the front of priorities in our society? Yeah, right. So we got Operation Catch a Perv, right? So we're going to ignore all the paedophiles today, yeah, and we're going to focus on men that bib their horns when they drive past women that jog. And someone okayed that, signed that off. And you're telling me that they're not deliberately trying to piss you off at home? Trying to piss off society? Joke thing.
These offences.
And they may go on to commit more serious offences. May go on. What other offences are they going? So from honking your horn to what? To what? Murder, rape. Bro, it's like we're living in a proper staged reality, man. Man jailed for attempting to unalive after stepping in front of a train holding a toddler. So the man jumped in front of a train holding his ute, or a ute, I think it was his ute, and he suffered a broken jaw and some other injury, and the child got some cuts and bruises. So I don't know how fast the train was going. I'm not really sure what happened.
Or did it actually hit him?
Yeah, seems so. So, well, I don't know actually. They stepped in front of a train and he got a broken jaw. I don't know. Holding a baby. I don't know. So obviously he tried to take himself out in the ute. Scumbag moves. Scumbag. You want to take yourself out, that hope that you can find the help that you need before you do a move like that. But involving young children or anyone else other than yourself, that's low, man. That's low. So after you've tried to do that, you've survived and you're now been charged with attempted unaliving, and I think rightfully so, to be fair. I actually can't argue with that. I can't argue with that, man. Obviously you're going through something, but that ain't the way, bro. That ain't the way. Yeah, that ain't the way. Involving other children. Poor child. Imagine in your memory, just in case you have it in your memory, that your dad was holding you and jumped in front of a train. Mad. I know you wish that. Well, that's sad anyway. But yeah, that's basically it, man. My2pence, man. What else have we got going on? I was gonna cover the Young Spray and Ice Cream sound clash, but I can't be bothered. I'm gonna leave them to it, and we'll just watch eagerly. You know what I did want to say though, like, I'm so happy to be one of the content creators that doesn't thrive off chatting about other people in one way or another, or people chatting about me. I'm so glad that I don't have to be forced to follow trends or waves. Do you know what I mean? It's tempting at times. There's lots of things that I could be speaking on right now, but I stay in my lane. Big up everyone that's got their own lane and stay in their lane. And it's good luck to all the other content creators out there, man. I'm wishing you nothing but the best. Too much of the beef, bickering, in-house, focusing on each other. There's a lot of things going on in the world, and I just don't want to be bogged down with what other content creators are doing and what they're saying about me and what I'm saying about them, and who's watching this and who's watching that, and be watching each other's stuff just to critique and just to pop down, because there's too much content out there. There's too much other stuff for me to report on and talk about and create conversations and content out of than my fellow man and sister in the UK. I think there's a lot of that dog eat dog, crab in a barrel mentality, man, and hopefully some people can snap out of that. But it is what it is, man. If it's juicy enough, I'll talk about it. But I'm not forcing it, and I definitely don't want to look back on because the main thing is when I look back on my catalogue of content, I want it to be based on ideas and things and creativity and I don't want it to be based on I'm responding to that man or he's responding to me on what are my thoughts on that man or that woman or that. I don't want to overly do it. So even when there are individuals being mentioned in the things I talk about, I try to bring it into a broader spectrum where it's not just focused on that one individual. We can take a lesson into, we can find a lesson for society based on this one person rather than just focusing on what individuals are doing and making my content personal. Do you know what I mean? I ain't into that. I ain't really into that. But yeah, man, it's been cool. It's been nice. It's a nice warm Sunday. Taking out a leisurely stroll, bun my zoot, and yeah, gets to editing, I suppose, and get some dinner. Big up yourselves, man. It's been great. My2pence. Make sure you check out all the content. Big up all the Patreon gang, forever supporting. Salute to you lot. Big up to all the YouTube subscribers, Instagram family, TikTok. Look out for the live streams. Yeah, man.